Because being Delulu is what? The Salulu, exactly. And if you don't have a best friend, ta-da, God is now your best friend. Hello, all you beautiful beings. My name is Nikayla, and I'm here to empower and inspire you to become your highest self. Now, I'm not religious by any means. If you are, that's awesome. If you're not, that's awesome. I just want to preface this video by saying that I simply understand that there is a higher power governing us, and I want to teach you guys how to communicate with this power because, as much as it is governing us, it is also within us. And so, knowing how to communicate with it helps to keep us in alignment with it. It is the source for everything. It is the reason why we are here, why we were created. It holds the key to everything that is essential for our transformation into our highest selves. So, why would you not want to be in alignment with this power? Why would you not want to know how to communicate with it? Especially if you feel like you've been trying to communicate with God and you feel like God hasn't been hearing or answering you. I'm here to tell you that one, God hears everything. And two, maybe you're the one who isn't listening because communication isn't just about speaking, but it's also listening. So, the first tip I'm going to give you guys is that we need to be meditating. I know you may have just rolled your eyes at that, and maybe you're tired of hearing that. And I truly feel like if you've had one of those reactions, it's maybe because you aren't sure of how to properly meditate and you haven't reached that state of euphoria that's so commonly spoken about. And trust me, I was the same way up until a few months ago. I've been meditating on and off for a couple years now, but I didn't reach that state of euphoric bliss until March of this year. I remember the exact date too. It was March 25th, 2025. I was actually scared and I thought, girl, I was thinking I might not make it out. Like I literally thought I was going to die. Like or that I might be dying. And please don't be afraid, but it was just that I had never experienced that feeling on my own before, so I didn't know what was happening. Like I literally felt that all of my energy had what is it? Transcended. Sorry. I literally felt like all of my energy had transcended into my head, like my crown chakra specifically, and I just felt like I was just this mass of energy. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It just felt like I was one with the universe, and it felt like everything was this black void, but it felt so beautiful. And it was crazy to me that I had gotten to that state by simply using my breath. It had felt like I was high, but I didn't use any substance to get me there. So it was scary to me. I'm not going to lie. And in the past, I did used to so, I don't anymore. And if you do, you do you, Bookie. But just looking back at it now, it's crazy that I felt scared. Like, it's understandable, of course, but that's how we're supposed to get to that euphoric state is naturally. That's the power of focused breathing. And it's so amazing. And a lot of people are using substances, not knowing that you can reach that state that of feeling high on your own. And of course, I'm not judging whatsoever. No hate, no shame over here. I am very aware that addiction is a thing, a terrible thing at that. So please don't take any offense. But when you really think about it, that's what's actually crazy. Using an external source, an object in the physical world to produce a feeling for you that you can naturally produce on your own without harming yourself or others. And that's not just about drugs, that's about material items, material things in general, but that's a whole different topic for a whole different video. But if you guys do want me to teach you how to learn to meditate properly, then please let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to create that video for you. Now, with that being said, excuse me, A lot of people think that the end goal of meditation is to be in that state of euphoric bliss. And yes, while it can be just that, and while that does feel amazing, it can also be the perfect time for you to have a conversation with God. Because in that calmness, in that stillness, in that peace, in that quiet, that is when you will actually be able to hear what God is trying to tell you, or what God has been trying to tell you all along, but you can never hear it because you're constantly surrounded by noise. You're constantly on your phone or around people, or have the TV on, or are constantly overthinking. And I get it. You have to be surrounded by people at your job. And sometimes you feel tired and overwhelmed and you just want to scroll on social media. I get it. Trust me. But also trust me when I tell you, you will feel much better when you learn how to sit in silence. And you know what I never understood is people always feeling like they have to have the TV on for background noise. Like, I don't know, that's just really weird to me because I much rather prefer to sit in silence or have the window open and listen to the birds and the bugs and the cars and the planes outside. But I also understand that not everybody lives in the calm and peaceful kind of environment that I live in. And I'm extremely grateful for where I live and that I can always hear the birds. I love listening to the birds. I hear them right now. It makes me feel like I am in paradise. But I also know that some people live in the hood and y'all are accustomed to hearing gunshots and ambulances and police and screaming and so yeah, for background noise I would recommend playing some frequencies or some high vibrational music, but I digress. God, the universe, consciousness, whatever you call it, it loves to be asked questions. It loves to be spoken to, and it loves to be heard. Think about any really good conversation you've had with someone where you guys are both truly listening to one another and giving each other meaningful advice. And after you two leave and go on about your day, you just keep reminiscing about that conversation because they told you things that really resonated with you. And you may even still remember that conversation years and years later. You can have these same conversations. In fact, you should be having these same conversations with God. During meditation, you can talk to God as if you're talking to your best friend. Literally, you can be like God, what's the tea? If that's how you talk to your bestie. And if you don't have a best friend, ta-da, God is now your best friend. Okay? Like, tell me, show me what I need to know today, God. You don't even have to ask questions. You can literally be like, God, I wish you the best day today. I just want you to know that I love you and that I'm grateful to have you in my life. Thank you so much for your presence, your power, your love, your guidance. And keep checking in with God every single day. Have these conversations in your head or out loud. You might look a little crazy, but who cares? You're talking to God. The real crazy one is the one who's not doing what you're doing, period. Me personally, when I'm meditating, I like to ask God a question and then take a deep breath. And usually I'll get a response right away. Like I'll literally hear the message being spoken to me. But sometimes I don't get a message right away. And that's perfectly fine because I know that at some point my question will be answered. You have to have faith that God is always going to come through for you. Maybe that answer might come up in a conversation with someone else. Maybe you might stumble across something on social media, or a certain song may start playing. The message could literally come from anywhere because God is everywhere and in everything. So don't feel don't feel discouraged or don't feel like you're not being heard because you didn't get the answer right away. And also, sometimes God may give you an answer that you may feel is obscure and you may not know what it means at that moment. And that's fine too, because when it's time for you to understand that message, trust that you will understand it. The next thing we need to constantly be doing is speaking life into ourselves. Keyword constantly. Life begets life. Life creates life. When you speak life into yourself, you speak life into God. You become more aware of and in more control of your power. You are a divine creator. You created the reality you're currently living in. And if you don't like it, you can create a new one. By speaking life, positivity, love into yourself, you are creating an environment for yourself in which you feel good. And when you feel good, you elevate your frequency. And when you elevate your frequency, you attract better things into your life. You look better, you feel better, you do better, you get more opportunities, you have an overall better quality of life because you're raising your frequency. You're raising your self worth, your value. And when you begin to see the value in you, that's when others see the value in you. When you put yourself up on a pedestal, that's when other people will put you up on a pedestal. There's a YouTuber on here. I think her name is J. Nicole, and her channel is The Dollhouse, I believe. But I remember in one of her videos, she said, and I don't remember if she got it from someone else or not, but she said, "Baby, I'm a once in a lifetime experience." A once in a lifetime experience. And I said, period. Period. You lost me. You did me wrong. It must suck to be you. It must suck to be you. You need to be feeling the same way about yourself if you don't already. You need to be telling yourself you are the best. You can do this. You are beautiful. You are successful. You are wealthy. You are irresistible. You are healthy. You are whole. You are not broke. Stop saying that. Tell yourself that you are all the things that you desire to be. Period. And you will be just that. And when you do this on a consistent basis, you will start to notice your internal conversations changing. You will start to notice your thoughts change. You will literally start to become delusional and you will have conversations in your head where you're living and speaking as though you already have something that you desire, even though it's not in your physical reality yet. And that's how you really know that you've succeeded, because that's the exact mindset you need to be in order for your desires to appear in your reality. You need to stay in that delusional mindset until it becomes true in your physical reality. Because being Delulu is what? The Salulu, exactly. The last tip I want to give you guys today is to use your imagination, which kind of goes along the lines of being delusional to an extent. But yes, you heard me. Use that beautiful imagination of yours that you have been told is useless or is a distraction or is whatever other limiting or incorrect belief you've been told. Remember those times when you were a child and when you wanted something so bad, it was all you could think about. And lo and behold, it appeared in your reality. That was not a coincidence. You did that. You created that. You made that appear into your reality. And that power is still within you. It may be dormant, but it's still there. And you can awaken it once again. Let me know if you guys want me to create a video on how to reawaken your imagination. And honestly, I might just make the video anyways because I feel like God is calling me to do that. So that might be the next video. But anyways, we are creative beings and using our imagination is one of the first steps of the process of materializing what it is that we desire, what it is that we want. Imagination is literally the power of God. And when you use your imagination, you're not only in a way speaking to God, but you're also feeling God and letting God come to the forefront to make miracles happen for you, to give you what it is that you're imagining, what it is that you're desiring. A lot of people will just take action without asking God for guidance or using their imagination to visualize what their life would look like and how they would feel once they obtain whatever it is they desire. Imagination is the real reality because the things you imagine are what show up in your physical reality, meaning that reality first begins in your imagination. So if you don't like your current reality, imagine a new one and stay in that imagination until it becomes your physical reality. And when you use your imagination, the power of God, before doing an action, you will have much more and much faster success because God's power is way more powerful than your power. I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.